The situation during the Jonathan era and now seems to be a bit different because the law has been amended to say that the president cannot leave without properly handing over to the vice president, who should act in the acting capacity where he's away. The law was not explicit, but now it is explicit, and which gives the president the premise, the vice president the premise to do all the roles of the president in an acting capacity. You think there's something wrong in calling the vice president an acting president?
This is what I'm talking about. They played to your head, because there was nothing wrong with the Constitution then.
No, but isn't what the law says?
The Constitution that is in place is as amended 2011. As amended 2011. Because they had no business with that constitutional amendment. Section 145 is very clear and it's very lucid. That if you as a vice president, your president is not in the country, whenever it says, whenever, it's just talking about interpretation. Whenever you write, this is what it means. It's only touched on the interpretation. Now the new Constitution says that 21 days after, if you don't write a letter, then the acting president can be pronounced by the National Assembly. That is even very, very dangerous. That is dangerous to our sovereignty as a nation and to our nationhood. Because what about if something happened within that 21 days?
Okay.
Like an aggression or attack or incursion against our country. The vice president will have to fold his arms, saying that, oh, I'm waiting for 21 days before I can play my role. You don't have to. I don't know many countries that have used nomenclature of acting president.
Governor Fayose of Ekiti State is asking for the president to step aside. Do you think he should? He said he's on a moral ground.
Let me tell you, I see that Fayose is doing his job. He's doing his job as the chairman of PDP Forum. The opposition, they must say something. It's normal. To me, I find it funny. And you know that in America, United States, Donald Trump will talk. So in Nigeria, Governor Fayose will talk as well. We must have people that talk with levity. I don't think that is a kind of remarks from a very serious person.
Do you think the situation, it has gotten to the point that people should ask for President Buhari's resignation or asking him to step aside because of the state of his
We're not even close to that, because this is a man that willingly traveled on his own without anybody hating him or abating him. He traveled on his own and he gave Nigerians the good reason why he must travel. And he came back, he did his work. And look, the ministers are working.
The president, for the first time, you are serving in the Federal Executive Council. Yes. This is the first time we were seeing a president not around during an anniversary of his own government.
Yes.
You think
it's just a coincidence? It's a coincidence.
You think it's just mere coincidence?
If it's an ECOWAS or African Union issue that you will have to attend to in some place in Africa, and it's a democracy there, you don't use a public holiday as an excuse to say that because of that you cannot attend to a function. Whereas this is not an official matter. Yes, it went on a personal ground, but it is normal for people to, make themselves to say that, okay, we're not pleased with our president. This president is sincere. Sincerity of purpose is very, very much of something that embraces integrity. Integrity of Mr. President is very key. You must really encourage him to continue.
You think that because according to Mr. Fayose, that the economy and the running of affairs has been hampered by the absence of the continued absence of the president?
That is baloney. That's not true. You yourself, you know that look, while he was not around, Chibok girls were released, and by the time he came back, Chibok girls were released. He was the one that received them, and he spoke to Nigeria on the release of the Chibok girls. This is something we've been praying for so long, and there's still more to come. We've not gotten to the end of it. The old problems yet to be terminated, but I pray that you'll be terminated.
All right. The special advice, senior special assistant to the president on media and publicity, Malam Garba Shehu, has since joined us from our Abuja studio. Many thanks for coming on the program. On such a day as this, when a governor of an opposition party is asking the president to resign and step aside, he said it's a moral burden for the president to see these as some expectations from Nigerians are not being met. And the fact that the president is not around to actualize some of the programs that he has laid during the campaigns means that he's not capable to continue with his roles. Do you think that the president should do so? And do you think it has gotten to that point? And what can you tell us about the state of health of the president?
Well, I'm sad that you are inviting me to speak on Governor Fayose. You know, if you follow the presidency, we don't talk when he talks. Because he's desperate for publicity. In 24 hours, if he doesn't get publicity, he will die. So we don't talk when he talks.
That may be a bit extreme, Malam Garba Shehu, considering the fact that that is perhaps the chairman of the opposition party governors forum. Do you think that those of the things that he has said are not tangible enough for you to listen to? Is that what you're saying?
No, for most Nigerians who are in line with, sorry to use the word, common sense, we have a system. We have a constitution that governs the country. And the constitution is very clear about how the country runs. This country has a tripod of authority in terms of distribution of political power. You have the parliament, which is doing its own work. You have the judiciary, which is running. You have the executive, which is the running government. We don't have any problem with this. So therefore, if anybody has a problem with the constitution, they should go and change it.
Well, we take a moment, and when we return, Chief Demola Seriki is still with us here. Malam Garba Shehu is with us, and we'll be continuing with the assessment of the Buhari government 2 years on. Join us again.